Florida State had a huge showing at the NFL draft this past weekend, leading every program in the nation with 11 picks. This puts Florida State back on the map as they gear up for another season here at Doak. Winston went 12 for 15 at Florida State's spring game and threw for over 200 yards. But what he did next was even more impressive. Winston put down the football and walked over to Dick Howser Stadium to pitch against ACC rival Duke. Hey there, Seminole fans. I'm Celie Godwin, and this is your Seminole Update. I'm standing here at the Seminole Softball Complex with senior pitcher Monica Perry. Monica pitched a no-hitter against Tennessee State earlier this season, and now I want to see if I can take her on. Monica, what's your favorite pitch?
My rise ball.
Why is that?
That is the pitch I can rely on the most to get a swing and a miss.
Do you think I can hit it?
I don't think so.
Let's try it out. Graduating seniors don't have to leave Doak just yet. In fact, if you graduated within the past 3 years, you can still cheer on the Garnet and Gold for a discounted price. For a view like this, you only have to dish out $220. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to sports. I'm Celie Godwin. Florida State and North Carolina State playing two today, one in baseball, one in softball in the ACC title game. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, the baseball team in a top 10 battle with the Wolfpack. Weaver hitting some trouble in the fourth. Bryden Adamants cranks it back up the middle. That's going to cost the Noles 2 more runs. 3-0 NC State. In the eighth, John Nagowski, the North Florida Christian alum, sends a shot to the warning track. Robbie Gould making that score, but that's all the Noles get at the plate. The Wolfpack takes game 1 of the series 3-1. FSU baseball has backed themselves into a corner. The Noles need to win the next 2 games against Clemson. They want their 7th straight Atlantic Division crown. Luke Weaver is going to be on the hill. Weaver making it look pretty darn easy. He had 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. And the Noles bats came alive early. DJ Stewart doubles to left with a man on. Brett Knupp reaches third, Stewart on second. The Noles in business with Marcus Davis up next to the plate, and he delivers. Single to right, 1-run score, and here comes Stewart, stretching it home plate, and he is safe. 2-0 Noles. Sticking with baseball, let's move over to the high school diamond. Childs continues their remarkable run. The Timberwolves in Fort Myers just 2 wins shy of a Class 7A state title.
It's hard to miss Yashira Delgado on the Florida State court. With every shot and every assist, she's a force to be reckoned with. In only her first year at Florida State, Yashira, better known as Cheetah, is a star on the women's basketball team.
Delgado goes into the tall trees, off the glass and in. She kissed the glass.
People are always like, Cheetah, take a picture of you, Cheetah. I mean, she's kind of famous. I love Cheetah.
She is somebody that really moves so well laterally and can move the ball equally as fast, and I think that makes her exciting.
The junior point guard has racked in more than 100 assists so far this season. She also stands as one of the top rebounders for the Noles, even at the height of 5'2". But despite her success on the court, she's dealt with a personal tragedy off it.
At first, I was young, it was hard, and I was, of course, upset about it.
Cheetah's dedication in the game brought her here, all the way to Florida State. But in 2009, that all could have changed when her mother, Marianne, passed away from breast cancer.
When she first passed away, I just asked why, and I didn't understand, but I grew up going to church, and constantly my grandmother, my dad, they tell me it happens for a reason.
Cheetah's mom battled for more than 5 years. She went through chemotherapy and surgeries. Her strength during her treatments inspired Cheetah to continue to play.
She used to go from chemotherapy, and no matter what time she came out, no matter how she felt, she was there regardless, and it really showed a lot to me.
After the death of her mother, Cheetah turned to her family for support. Together, as a family, they began to heal. Basketball came back into her life with the help of her father, Felix. It was Felix who taught her the game. He also gave her the nickname.
My dad thought it was from Yashira, as in Cheetah, and then since I was playing basketball and I was pretty quick, people just started calling me Cheetah. I grew up going to the park watching my dad play since we were really young, And it was just a lot more competitive, more physical, playing with guys. I was always a lot smaller, so it just made me better, made me quicker, and then coming out to play with girls when I had to around the middle school age, it was a lot easier.
By playing with boys, she gained a competitive flair.
She's just a spark. She's fire. And in a point guard, that spark spreads throughout the team, and it makes a huge difference.
Big three by the smallest player on the floor.
Cheetah wasn't recruited by Florida State out of high school. Instead, she went to the University of Arkansas. After one season, she transferred to Hillsborough Community College. That's where the number 5 caught the eye of Coach Sue Seminole.
Because of some circumstances with her family, her mother passing away from breast cancer, she really had wanted to be home and went home, and we got a second chance, and boy, am I glad we did.
Cheetah is one of the reasons that FSU is an NCAA contender this year.
The glass it in for Delgado.
I mean, I just go out and play my hardest every game, come out to practice and do what the coaches want me to do, and hopefully the rest of the team does the same, and we go out there and win and just make it far.
Every time Cheetah hits the court, she remembers who she plays in memory for. She plays for the name closest to her heart. I'm Celie Godwin for Seminole Sports Magazine.
Senior Andrew LaHaye lives for the thrill of pole vaulting. An avid athlete in high school, he excelled in football and track. But pole vaulting was a true challenge.
I'm probably suited for a lot better things in this world than pole vaulting, like my body type and everything like that. But I like it. I think it's fun. It's a challenging event for me, and there's so many things that I can keep learning about it. The rush too that you get, it's hard to duplicate that.
LaHaye has made his mark not only in the ACC, but at the national level as well. He finished 9th at the NCAA championships last season, and a year later, he's showing huge improvements.
He always shows something that's very important as a pole vaulter, that it's determination to get better. He loves the pole vault. He loves the adrenaline rush. You know, he's constantly working to get better. I've never seen any man like improve himself on everything he does. He's probably one of the most explosive pole vaulters I ever know. Just, man, that guy can jump very high and lift a lot of weight.
I'm not the tallest pole vaulter in the world, so you have to be a little bit more fearless than others, and you have to be a little faster, you have to be a little stronger. You have to be just a little bit better on the other, the things that you can control.
Pole vaulters need to be both fast and strong to clear the crossbar. In order to make a successful jump, they need to understand the physics of the vault.
So pole vaulting 101 is you run as fast as you can, and you take off into the box, and the pole is at this angle. And your goal is to get the pole to a vertical angle. And when that happens, that's when you go high. When I step on the runway, I focus only on, the balance in my run and having good rhythm. I just look down the end of my pole and just focus on the runway, and then I kind of bend it just a little bit, and I lift it up, and you rock back and forth. It's all about finding the rhythm in your run.
And when he's not clearing the bar, this Seminole is entertaining the team.
He's one of those athletes that really likes to have fun. It's contagious.
Tons of fun, adventurous guy, loves to do stuff, and he's never afraid to say what's on his mind, that's for sure. And it's usually always, a good laugh.
LaHaye brings his favorite music to every practice. They've tried everything from dubstep to country to rap.
I have this portable Bose system with great sound, and I started bringing it out to practice about 2 months ago and testing out the music and what brings good energy out to the practice. But now we're on oldies like Motown music, and I think we hit it with that. It makes you feel good, fun stuff to dance to.
Now the Orlando native is dancing toward bigger goals. While he gears up for his last few meets, he hopes to take his career to the top.
I don't really do it for the crowds and to cheer and everything, that's a plus, but I do it, to challenge myself. Man, I've learned a lot from it, not just about pole vaulting, but how to deal with things in life. I wouldn't put my goal to be a specific height, but whatever it takes to be up there, to be competitive with the top guys, because I really just want to be there.
The drills, the weights, the tackles. It's not time for another football season, it's Pro Day. More than 30 athletes participated in one of the biggest pro days in Florida State's history. The goal? To play professional football.
Well, I'm very proud and happy for guys, and you get to see a lot of their dreams come true, and they get the opportunity to go play at the next level what they want to do.
The Seminoles are put through a series of tests. Hand and arm spans, heights, and weights were all recorded.
6022.
After a rundown of the pro day schedule, the men made their way down to the familiar stomping grounds of Bobby Bowden Field. The pressure put on in more ways than one.
They're all going to work out before the draft at some point, and that's the main thing. Then they got to remember and then do what they can do and show these folks mentally and attitude-wise what they would be as a teammate and as a guy in their organization.
This will be the last chance for the former Noles to display their talents before next month's NFL draft. Teams from all over the country are seeking new talent. The former Seminoles are ready to impress.
Scouts all know we can play. They've seen tons of tape on us, so you are what you are on film. But I think the biggest thing that you can do, don't shy away from competition, don't shy away from being, being up against the other great talent in the draft.
Linebackers, tight ends, receivers, and running backs line up for the first event, the 40-yard dash. Athletes run 2 heats before moving on to cone drills, bench press, and tackling. A slight rain earlier in the morning made the ground slippery, but with shorter steps and turns, the players recorded strong times.
I tried to show a little quickness, little technique, just position drill. We do this every day at practice, it's nothing really major.
Just see you come out here and kill all these drills, vert, bench, whatever it is, you're forward. They just want to see you be an athlete and perform out here for them.
13 players had already experienced the Combine in Indianapolis, the most since 2001. Returning to Doak relieved some of the pressure, and with Coach Fisher's support, the guys felt even more at ease.
It was cool kind of seeing him take a back seat and kind of encourage guys. He's always the guy. He always says, I'm not coaching you, the player. I'm not coaching the player you are now. I'm coaching the player that you can be. So he's real tough on us, and it was kind of cool just to see him take a back seat and just be the encourager today.
The coaching staff at Florida State has prepared these athletes for the next step in their football careers.
It's been great. When I went from Florida State into the Senior Bowl, it was a really easy transition. One, because the offense we do here with Coach Fisher is the same exact offense you'll be running in NFL, as far as the verbiage, the concept.
The guidance and knowledge of the coaching staff impressed many future football stars. 22 high school players will play for the Garnet and Gold next season.
If you come here, we can develop you. You get your opportunities. You see guys not getting in trouble. They're all graduating school, and then they're still getting a chance for the NFL. It does nothing but breed success, and that's what you want to have.
Quarterback E.J. Manuel is one of the more well-known faces around Florida State's campus. At the Combine, his 40 was the second fastest for his position. His vertical and agility impressed all who watched. But at FSU's Pro Day, it's all about passing.
I think, obviously you just have to go out here and compete, still throw the ball, and that's a part of a pro day for anybody, especially a quarterback.
It was a great day for him. He showed all the throws, all the things he had to do. You see a lot of hard work he's put in, and it's time for him to pay it off, and I think have a great NFL career.
Defensive end and outside linebacker Brandon Jenkins was a promising prospect before injuring his foot last season.
Thought he had a guy to hand off to, and Brandon gets his first.
But he's not the only one battling back. Running back Chris Thompson and defensive end Cornelius Tank Carradine suffered from torn ACLs.
It only makes you stronger when you get hurt and you see your teammates grinding and you're not out there. So Tank and Chris, they're pretty strong individuals, and I think they're going to overcome it.
Even with the injuries, they are working hard to improve their chances in the draft.
Rehabbing every day, training, strict diet. I can't wait to start workouts tomorrow.
Florida State's annual Pro Day was a huge success. And when next month's draft rolls around, don't be surprised to see some of our former Noles take the next step into the pros. I'm Celie Godwin for Seminole Sports Magazine.